Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle Seahawks fans. Let's get to the news, so guys, get ready because the NFL landscape is shaking up once again, and the Seahawks are right in the middle of it. Rumors are flying that Seattle might be making a bold move to bolster its secondary, specifically by acquiring one of the league's most promising young cornerbacks, Derek Stingley Jr., from the Houston Texans. If this deal goes through, it could be a game-changer for Seattle's defense and, honestly, for their entire season. Imagine a secondary with Witherspoon and Stingley, two shutdown corners, locking down receivers left and right. That could turn the Seahawks into one of the most formidable defenses in the NFL, especially in the NFC. Now the insiders are saying that the Texans, who are currently dealing with a pretty inconsistent secondary and a 6-5 record, are willing to trade Stingley Jr. in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft plus some cap relief, about $9 million to be exact. The Texans are in a bit of a rebuild mode, prioritizing cap space to invest in their front seven and future draft assets, and they see the potential in moving Stingley before the deadline. They're also reportedly not entirely sold on C.J. Stroud, especially when it comes to zone coverage effectiveness, which might be another reason they're open to parting ways with their young CB. From the Seahawks' perspective, this move makes a lot of sense. Seattle's secondary has been solid but inconsistent, giving up around 215 passing yards per game. Adding a player like Stingley Jr., who has a career 9 interceptions and 32 pass deflections, could elevate that unit to elite status. His PFF grade stands at an impressive 94, showing just how impactful he's been when healthy. In 2025, he played 10 games, recording 42 solo tackles, 16 assists, and 2 picks, despite a hamstring injury that limited him in Week 4 to about 70% of the snaps. His playmaking ability, combined with his speed and instincts, could turn Seattle's defense into a true lockdown unit. The impact of this potential trade goes beyond just boosting the secondary. It could reshape the division and the NFC playoff picture entirely. Stingley Jr. and Witherspoon together would form one of the league's top duos, projected to combine for over 10 interceptions in the upcoming season. Their presence would reduce opponents' completion percentages significantly, down from the current 62%, and cut down big plays, which has been a sore spot for Seattle's defense. Their YAC yards after catch, allowed per reception, is low, around 3-4 yards, making it tough for receivers to rack up yards after catching the ball, especially against elite WRs like Kupp. And let's not forget how this would boost the Seahawks' overall defensive efficiency. With a lockdown secondary, the Seahawks could see opponents' points per game drop from around 28 to closer to 16, while the number of big plays allowed shrinks by approximately 14%. This kind of defensive upgrade would push Seattle into the top 5 defenses in the league, making them much more competitive against the best teams like the 49ers or the Packers, especially in critical late-game situations. The Seahawks would also force more turnovers, projected at around 1.9 per game, similar to the impact Jalen Ramsey had on the Rams' defense in 2023. This creates more opportunities for the offense to capitalize and control the game tempo. On the offensive side, this move could have a domino effect. With a stronger defense, Seattle might see an increase in possession time by roughly 12%, which translates into more scoring opportunities and better overall team efficiency. The team could also see a boost in their prevent mode, making it tougher for opponents to mount comebacks late in games. This kind of defensive upgrade is exactly what the Seahawks need to push for deep playoff runs and potentially a Super Bowl appearance. The odds of winning the championship could shift from plus 2,500 to plus 1,000, and their NFC title chances from plus 1,200 to plus 500, reflecting the increased confidence that analysts and betting markets are placing on this team. This trade is reminiscent of some of the most impactful moves in recent Seahawks history, like acquiring Pat Surtain or other lockdown corners that transformed defenses overnight. It's about vision, seeing a player's potential, and knowing that with the right scheme and teammates, they can elevate the entire unit. For Seahawks fans, this is the kind of move that sparks hope and excitement, a chance to build a defense that rivals the best in the league, and maybe even go on a deep playoff run with a stout secondary leading the charge. Now, looking at the bigger picture, Seattle's current roster is already solid, but a move like this could be the catalyst that takes them from a good team to a true championship contender. The team's coaching staff, led by Pete Carroll, has always emphasized the importance of defense and ball security. Adding a player like Stingley Jr., who has shown flashes of brilliance, fits perfectly into that philosophy. The Seahawks have also been patient with their young players and are known for developing talent, so integrating Stingley into their system could unlock even more of his potential. The NFC West is no joke right now. San Francisco continues to dominate with their high-powered offense and tight defense, while the Packers are resurging with their new quarterback and aggressive playstyle. For Seattle, making this move would be a statement. We're here to contend, and we're willing to make bold moves to win now. It's about creating a culture of excellence, about setting the tone for the rest of the league that the Seahawks are serious about reclaiming their spot at the top. And let's talk about the fans. We've seen the passion, the energy at Lumen Field, especially when the team is firing on all cylinders. A defense with Stingley and Witherspoon would make visiting teams think twice before throwing into our secondary. It would energize the entire fan base, knowing that the team is investing in winning now, not just rebuilding. The Seahawks have always been about that grit, that resilience, and this move would reinforce that identity. In conclusion, if the Seahawks pull the trigger and make this trade happen, it could very well be a turning point for their season. The addition of Derek Stingley Jr. would transform their secondary into one of the league's best, giving them the kind of defensive backbone that wins championships. It's a bold move, but one that fits the team's championship mindset. Seattle fans should be excited because this could be the start of a new chapter, one where the Seahawks not only contend but dominate. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Do you think this trade makes sense? Are you excited about the potential of a secondary with Stingley and Witherspoon? Or do you think the team should focus on other needs? Whatever your thoughts, we're here to listen. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seahawks news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. Go Hawks!